That guy, the one in the middle, is 49-year-old Abiy Ahmed, Ethiopia's prime minister since 2018. Today is a big day for him, possibly bigger than 10th December 2019, the day that he was awarded the Nobel Peace Prize in Oslo, Norway. What could possibly be bigger than that? Well, today, on this day, 9th September 2025, Abiy Ahmed inaugurated the Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam. Let's just pause and behold the sheer splendor of this dam. It's now Africa's largest dam. It has an installed capacity of approximately 5,150 megawatts. That's a lot, considering that Kenya's total installed electricity capacity stands at about 3,200 megawatts. Clearly, this dam is a very big deal. That's why those two guys working with Abiy Ahmed are here today. The one with the fancy shirt, silken shirt, that one looking at us now is Kenya's President William Ruto. The other one in a navy blue countersuit is Somalia's President Hassan Sheikh Mohamud. They are not the only heads of state in Addis Ababa today. I will now leave Abiy Ahmed to introduce the other heads of state.
President Ismail Omar Gele, President Salva Kiir, President William Ruto, President Hassan Sheikh Mohammed, the Prime Minister Mia Motley.
Egypt's president, Abdel Fattah el-Sisi, is not here today. Egypt is not happy with the Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam. It fears that the dam will reduce the flow of the Nile River, which provides more than 90% of its fresh water. Less water reaching Egypt could threaten farming, drinking water, and the country's overall survival. The African Union Commission chairman talked about this in his remarks. Before we listen to him, let me confess that I often criticize him and the African Union as a whole. Now that he's here, let me remind him that there's an urgent need for a major overhaul of the African Union so that it can become truly responsive to the present-day needs of Africans. Over to you now, Mr. Chairman.
As the chairperson of the African Union Commission, it's also my duty to echo Egypt and Sudan's concerns with regards to the unimpeded flow of the Nile water and their expectations of a trilateral agreement. His Excellency Prime Minister Abiy reassured everybody in his statement, and he said, this dam is not meant to harm anyone.
Indeed, this dam is not meant to harm anybody. You will be shocked to learn that Egypt has largely based its opposition to the dam on the colonial era treaties, especially the 1929 Nile Waters Agreement, signed between Britain on behalf of its colonies and Egypt. This treaty gave Egypt veto power over upstream projects and reserved the bulk of the Nile water for Egypt without consulting Ethiopia, which was never party to the deal. Having said that, I understand Egypt's concerns. We must find a diplomatic, peaceful solution to this matter. The enemies of Africa are already fanning the flames of this disagreement as they salivate for yet another proxy war in Africa, but we will not let it happen. Thankfully, Ethiopia's Prime Minister sounded a conciliatory tone in his speech.
To our brothers in the downstream, to our Nubian Sudan brothers, and to Misri Egypt brothers who are worried out of innocent concerns, Ethiopia built the Renaissance Dam to prosper and to enlighten the region, never to hurt its brothers. I would like to confirm to you in front of the Ethiopian people that we will never retain your fair share of the water at any point.
Let me now reveal to you the most revolutionary component of this dam's construction. Actually, let's go back to the AU chairperson to tell you a little bit, then I'll explain more.
And the Ethiopian people, as such, who believed in this project and financed it on their own savings, blood, and sweat.
You heard it, guys. That's exactly what happened. Ethiopia financed this dam mainly through domestic fundraising rather than foreign loans. There is no World Bank or IMF money in this dam. Nothing. None. Ordinary citizens and civil servants bought government bonds to finance the dam. Many Ethiopians even contributed part of their salaries, showing national unity and sacrifice to build the dam. And that is the direction that Africa must take. We must stop taking loans to finance our development. We must stop doing that. Ethiopia has done it. Burkina Faso has done it with the Patriotic Support Fund. All other African countries must follow suit. When the people's money funds national development projects, it will become extremely difficult for the corrupt ruling elite to steal this money because the people are directly invested. Let's now listen for 2 minutes to the heads of state who are gathered here today.
The dam is not only about energy. It is about progress. It is about hope. It is about the future we want for our children.
With all due respect to you, Mr. President Salva Kiir, it's time for you to resign and hand over to the younger generation in your country. The same applies to Cameroon's Paul Biya, Equatorial Guinea's Teodoro Obiang Nguema, and a few more. Please share their names in the comment section. Let's call them out. Let's call them out. That was Djibouti's president, Ismail Omar Guelleh. He's been president for 26 years now. Djibouti hosts a remarkable number of foreign military bases, more than any other country in the world. That's not a badge of honor, though.
Water and natural resources are not confined by borders. They flow across them, binding our destinies and future together.
I was so happy to see Somalia's president here. I really hope that this blossoming friendship between Ethiopia and Somalia will hold, because there's been too much war in the Horn of Africa. And we can no longer accept that. We cannot. There must be peace in the Horn of Africa.
And the people determined that this project was not beyond them and that it was going to see the light of day, even if it meant that every person who could give, however small, however large, could do so.
It was a really great idea to invite the Prime Minister of Barbados, All people of African descent globally must increasingly collaborate and work together. We must work together. We are all African.
Despite Africa's vast renewable resources, the continent accounts for only 6% of global energy use, while nearly half of Africans, over 600 million people, still lack access to electricity, and close to 1 billion people also lack clean cooking solutions, with dire consequences for public health, education, and productivity.
600 million Africans still have no access to electricity. That's half of Africa. In this day and age, we simply cannot continue like this. That's why I celebrate this dam. That's why we are now agitating, insisting, and demanding that time is ripe for the construction of Congo's Grand Inga Dam to commence. The Grand Inga Dam is a proposed hydroelectricity mega project on the Congo River at Inga Falls. If built in full, it's gonna generate around 40 to 70 gigawatts of electricity, potentially becoming the world's largest power station. This could provide essential electricity access for all the 600 million Africans without electricity. Critically for Congo, that would then provide it with enough resources to transform its army, its infrastructure, its healthcare, and more. Just as the Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam has been funded by the people of Ethiopia, Congo's Grand Inga Dam can and must be funded by the people of Africa. We are ready to invest in that. Is Congo's president, Tshisekedi, together with other African presidents, are they ready to provide the leadership needed to actualize this? They must roll up their sleeves and get down to work. It's an order from the people of Africa in whom sovereign power is vested. Congratulations, Ethiopia, for proving that the people of Africa can fund their own development on their own. That's it for today. My name is DJ Bokali, and Africa is my superpower. See you soon, and remember to subscribe. As always, keep awakening, uniting, and transforming Africa, just as the people of Ethiopia have done through that dam.